Hi, I'm Julie Henricus, and today I want to talk about creative passion and what that means. Creative passion is really something that's familiar to anyone who's on a creative journey. When you start your journey, you're really, the muse calls to you, and there's some magic involved with that. And, you like something, or you want to explore something, and then you fall in love with it, and then you become passionate about it, whether it be acting or writing or directing or designing or singing or dancing or dramaturging or playwriting, whatever it is. You If you're on a creative journey, you understand that passion, and that passion is a powerful, powerful force. Now, for some folks, that passion works out perfectly, right? It's exactly what keeps them going. They're on track. It all works out, and it's great. But for other folks on a creative journey, one of three things can happen. You can either become frustrated with your journey, you can become burned out on your journey, or you can become uncertain of your journey. And so the passion is still there, the deep love, but those three other states cause conflict. I have been on my own creative journey as a writer for about 20 years. Now, for longer than that, but it was 20 years ago that I found my community, my group, the people who help support me on my journey, which is such an important part and often neglected as we're working on how to make this all work. So I joined an organization called Sisters in Crime, and it made all the difference. Eventually, I became a published author. I mean, that was 15 years later. And this summer, I'm thrilled that my eighth book is about to be published. But I've also been on creative journeys with other people as a teacher in theater management classes and arts management classes for the past 15 years, as an administrator for over 30 years in the performing arts, and also recently as a coach, a life coach who works with creative people. Now, when you're life coaching people, you're working on their futures, you're working on goal setting. So that while my focus is working on with creative people, people who are on a creative journey, life coaching also can help with a bunch of other things as well. But when I think about these three areas of passion gone wrong or gone astray, when I'm thinking about people who are frustrated, they're frustrated because it isn't going as they expected it to go, or they're doing all the things that they know to do, and they're not getting traction, and they're incredibly frustrated on their journey. Now, burnout can happen because a creative journey is exactly that. It's a journey, it's ongoing, and it's exhausting after a while. It's, especially if you feel like you're still on the same treadmill. You haven't looked up, you haven't remembered why you're on the journey itself. So you haven't explored other things. You've just been consistently focused on moving forward. And the third is uncertainty. And uncertainty is when you're on the journey, but maybe you're not quite as passionate as you were, or you're frustrated, or you're thinking, oh, maybe I want to explore something else, and you don't know how to make that happen. You're not sure how to do what you want to do because you're not even sure what you want to do is out there. You need to figure out and create a system to explore a little bit more. So all of these things are why I created Your Ladders. I created Your Ladders because of my experience and my knowledge of what has helped me and how I've helped other people. And I've also created Your Ladders because I work with and I know so many people on creative journeys. And when I started Your Ladders, it was to help fill a void that I see too often, where artists don't understand the business side of their work. So I have classes and webinars, and I have a membership to Your Ladders that's $35 a month, where you have access to all those classes and memberships. And that is to help fill that void. I also have one-on-one coaching for people who want more support or who are in that place where they're uncertain and they're really wrestling with things. And so that one-on-one coaching packages, and I also have a program called Muse Mapping, which is for people who are finding their creative journey or re-entering, finding their passion again after a long delay, and they need some help ramping up, and so I'm here to support them on that. I also have webinars on time management and goal setting. So there's a lot of ways that within your ladders, there's a spectrum of services. But as I'm talking to people, and I'm looking at where there can be I can help other people. I've been talking to emerging artists or folks early on their career paths and the challenges that they're having. And so I created a new program, and I'm calling it Breaking Through Navigating Your Creative Journey. I've also called it Breaking Through the BS. I've also called it Storm the Barricades for a short period of time, but nobody understood that, although I suspect a lot of theater people would understand that. But this program is a investment that early career and emerging artists can make into their creative journey, and that in ways that I can support them differently. And so, what the Breaking Through program looks like is 8 weeks of modules and workbooks. So, 8 weeks of lessons on different topics. It includes one coaching call a week. And it's going to be a group coaching call, but you can ask me questions and I will coach you. You'll also hear other people being coached, which is incredibly valuable as you're doing this. It will include a Facebook group so that you can get to know other people and you can sort of support each other in the group. And it will include access to all of Your Ladders classes. So for those 8 weeks, you will be immersed in this program. Once the program's done, you will have continued to have access to the 8 weeks worth of modules, so you can go back and revisit them when needed. Because I'm wondering how you'll feel once you have developed the confidence for your journey, once you have understood how to create balance in your life, once you have looked at your value and figured out how to negotiate it, and also looked at how the business works so that that part stops being such a muddle and becomes a little bit clearer, how you can manage your time better. I'm also thinking about how you can be supported with the knowledge that this isn't easy and it does take some navigation and some nimbleness in order to create the plan that works for you and to find the success that you've defined for your success for yourself. Nobody has defined for you. That's such an important concept. And so I really am excited about this 8 week program and this opportunity to help emerging artists and folks early on their creative journey reclaim the passion, reclaim the love that they have for the work that they do, and figure it out. Um, Creative energy is a gift to the world, and it is a gift to everybody for you to do what you're doing. So, how can I help support you by offering you all of this array that Breaking Through Navigating Your Creative Journey offers? I say creative journey instead of a destination because it isn't a destination. Once something happens, you get a book published or you get a part or you're in a concert that went really well. We all know that that doesn't mean it's done. It means that you're back on the journey. And as a matter of fact, for many artists, it also means that you're back on the journey over and over again. So how can I support you on that journey? That's the goal of Your Ladders and of my work as a coach. And that's what I want to do through this program. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm going to pilot the program on February 17th, so it's coming right up. And it will be accessible after that date. And the pilot group will be in it for 8 weeks, and other people will be joining us. So I hope you'll be one of the people who are joining us who make this investment in yourself and in your creative journey. Because I am working with emerging artists and early career folks, I want to make that investment a reasonable investment. So I'm charging $297 for all 8 weeks, or two payments of $160. So that is an investment for sure, but it is a reasonable investment in you, don't you think? And in your creative journey. So I hope you will join me in this new program, and feel free to reach out with any questions. Thanks so much.